Because it seems like a lot of times in hip hop, you get boxed in. You can't even say you educated or you went to school or you know this or know
Which
this,
is,
and
yeah,
then still be creative and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and that's crazy. I mean, EPMD met in college. Das Effects met in college. You know what I'm saying? The Redman went to college. Ice Cube was going to college for architecture. You know, and like Run DMC went to college. You know, like there's no reason why it should be incompatible with your professional music. Like that's something that came later when it was like, no, this is real. This is my real life, etc. And I respect that too. Like if you paid them kind of dues in the streets and you feel like you're gonna tell your story, my only hope is that you telling it in the past tense, like you're not doing it currently, because that's when you end up with these situations like we're seeing all these young brothers who are making millions for other people die at the peak of their careers and not even be able to get off the ground and die, you know, because they be in environments and they be representing something that you got to let it go once you become an entertainer. This is entertainment when it comes down to it, as far as rapping. I mean, I'm from the KRS-One school, so maybe it's edutainment, but
Right.
beyond that, like it's not you trying to. If you really doing the stuff that you talking about, you confessing the crimes on tape to everybody on Earth, and that's not the best mode of action. So I'm more like I if you've paid those dues and you feel like that's the badge of honor that you represent, that's cool and no disrespect and more power to you. But you shouldn't have to have done that in order to speak on certain things. I'm pretty sure every movie director that makes an action movie has not blown anything up. You know what I'm saying? Though I'm sure, and it's weird that they, like you said, they try to box you in with this sort of fake reality type thing, and I think that's always basically marketing. And not only was it just marketing, I think it was really marketing to titillate the white folk. You know, like really like, oh, this is real, and you don't know how it is, and
Right.
this is how the streets are. You gotta, you know, like I'm reporting live from the streets, and that's cool as a gimmick, but don't try to don't hold to that too tough because the streets is one way, man. You know, I mean, two ways, I guess, dead or in jail. You know, but that's it. And I'm not saying this as somebody who just observes it. Like, you know, I paying all kind of J pay and walking horse and all, you know, like I got partners that's down forever and they some of my smartest homies, you know? So it's not something sell that thing, but sell it. You don't gotta live it. And I think that how can I explain it? If you are surrounded by the people who are surrounding you, say if you are okay, I'm a boss, I'm in the hood, I'm doing all this. If you move it in a way that gets them the people surrounding you out of that situation, they're gonna follow that lead. They're not gonna be like, oh man, you need to come back here and put in some work. You ain't really, you know, you ain't really get down like that. That's only a hater or somebody who's really not in the streets or but really a hater will want to pull you back down into something that you've been able to get out of, you know? And you look at Jay-Z and all the people he has around him, like he got his diaper buddy, you know, like his youthful homies out there. Or look at LeBron and Rich Paul and all them, and him
Mhm.
putting his homies through school and stuff. You know, like these are things that any boss is supposed to do, right? And so if you really bout it, be about it in that way. Don't be about it and do something stupid to be sensational or to prove to basically what most of the buyers is white kids, right? Basically a bunch of white kids that you still about what you rap about. That's to me is insanity, insanity. And I don't think any street cat that's really about it would tell you anything different. They would be like, "Hey, man, you got an opportunity to do something different. Do it." Even when I say hip hop kept us safe, it was also older homies where we lived that would be like, "Hey, man, you got to be the lawyer so you can get us out of jail. You get straight A. Here's some money. Get up out of here though, and really like, don't come back down here though, or I'll kill you. Not don't come back
Right.
down here. I'm gonna beat you up. Literally, like, bruh, this ain't for you. And I'd rather put a bullet in your head right now than have you go through the things I'm going through. And this is beginning, you know, this when it was good. This ain't when it was bad. This is when they was really getting it, and you know, and crack was new and all that. I think there was a separation between the streets and music and the streets and children. Like they wasn't recruiting kids. Like I think that happened after three strikes. You know, when they was like, "Hey, you're gonna do less time for this youngster. You gotta go put this work in because if they catch you, you gonna get out. I'm not gonna see daylight." You know, but And that's, you know, later on, right? But I'm talking about in the early days, it was the big homies was not about you participating. You know, I mean, they'll come after they come home and put their thing up and, you know, do everything. They'll slap box with you and you know, wrestle with you and all that on the block. But when it was time for them to do the street thing, it was separate from the neighborhood, you know. And I grew up in a, you know, middle class neighborhood, I think. So a lot of that, and you know, middle class don't mean everybody had bread or anything. It's just kind of like mama was working, you know, his parents there. I wasn't in the worst of the worst situations. And so the homies that did actually, you know, rock out and grind and all that kind of stuff, they did that away from where we live, you know.
Right.
But they, I mean, we, man,